Good evening, welcome to yoga. My name is Danielle. I want to thank you for joining me for this live stream comeback yoga class. Comeback Yoga is a nonprofit organization that meets veterans where they're at, and that means providing classes at home. This is a level 2 class, and the difference in a level 2 class versus a level 1 for me, how I teach personally, is just it lies in the instruction. You might hear less instruction in a level 2 class than you would in a level 1 class. However, the intensity is about the same. We always, or I always anyways, cue 2 yoga blocks and a yoga strap for practice. And you don't have to worry if you don't have those things handy. You can use what's available to you in your house. If we're using the blocks to pad your joints, you can use couch pillows, throw pillows, bed pillows. If we're using the blocks to add height, you might want to consider a book, a nice sturdy book. If you don't have a yoga strap, that's not a big deal either. You can use a necktie, a belt, a towel. And just have those handy at the top corner of the mat. I will use the props. You'll hear me cue the props. But you don't have to use them. They're just there to make poses more accessible. This might feel like a typical yoga class that you've taken before. However, comeback yoga classes are taught from a trauma-informed perspective. So what that means is the difference, again, lies in the instruction. And in little tools that we use. So for example, before we even get started, I'd like you to start to get oriented to your space. Observe the objects around your space. Know where your exits are to your space. And if there's something that you can do to make yourself even 10% more comfortable, do that now. That might mean changing the position of your yoga mat so you can see your exit. Or maybe having a phone handy, but placing it face down so it doesn't distract you as we begin to move and practice. So now that we've gotten nice and oriented to our space, we'll begin. And we're going to start lying down on the back. And then go ahead, and if you do happen to have those yoga blocks or whatever you're going to use in place of those, you can use this for this first pose. We're going to bend our knees and bring our feet flat, and then let the knees fall open wide. You can prop your knees up with your makeshift props, whatever you've got going, if you'd like. You also don't have to if you don't need it. And just place your hands to your belly, below your belly button. Start to connect to the rhythm of your breath. Just notice your inhales and notice your exhales. And if your breath is coming in a bit short or ragged, start to slow it down. And then begin to deepen your breath. Take a slow and a steady inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs and belly with air. And then open up your mouth, sigh all of your air out. Good, do another like that. Inhale, fill up to the top. Exhale, sigh out. Begin to find a rhythm to your breath that you can maintain for the rest of our class. Keep the slow and the steady inhales. And then use your exhales to empty out entirely. Soften your muscles in the hinge of your jaw. And scan your body from head to toe. Take note of any areas that feel tight, tense, or sore. And be mindful of those areas as we begin to move and practice. Take another deep breath in, fill up. Full, complete exhale, let it go. Take your hands to the outside of your knees, gently close your knees together. Then you're going to keep your knees bent, but walk your feet wide to the edge of your mat. Knock your knees together. Good. Once again, hands can rest on your belly, below your belly button, so you stay connected to your breath. And at first, just press down into your feet and Feel your legs move in towards each other. And then begin to move your knees back and forth like they're windshield wipers. So you'll see that your knees fall open wide when you windshield wiper the knees back and forth from this position. Try to go slow to begin, just kind of use this movement, check in with how your hips and your low back are doing. The next time your knees are on your left, let them drop all the way down, and then bring your arms out to the side like a T. You can keep your gaze up at the ceiling, or you can take your gaze away from your knees towards your right thumb. You choose what feels best on your neck. Good, take an inhale. On your exhale, bring your knees through center. Go ahead, drop them over to the right. Gaze up at the ceiling or gaze away from your knees towards your left thumb. Take an inhale. Exhale, return your knees through center and then hug them into your chest. It might feel nice to sway side to side, adding a little movement to release your low back. You can even draw some circles on the ceiling with your feet. And just take a little movement here. Give your low back some love. And then hands behind knees, you're gonna rock and roll the length of your spine a few times. You wanna gain enough momentum to meet up in a seat. And as you come up to your seat, bring your props with you just in case you need those later. And we're gonna make our way to hands and knees. However you're comfortable doing so. You can roll over to your side or cross over your ankles. The destination is the same, so it really doesn't matter what the journey is, right? Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And on your next inhale, we're gonna take cow pose. Belly lower as gaze goes forward. On your exhale, we're gonna take cat. Round your spine, take your gaze down. Do another like that. Inhale, cow pose. And then exhale, round your spine for cat. Good, keep going on your own rhythm. You feel free to stay a bit longer in one of the postures, especially if it gives your spine a good stretch. You can stay with these cat-cow breaths. You can take other movements to open up. There's no right or wrong. Just go where your body wants to go. If you find a tight spot, stay there for a few breaths, work it out. And eventually you're gonna come back to center. Reach your right leg long, keep the toes curled, and shift back and forth a few times. And then cross your leg over to the left, toes are still down. Look over your left shoulder and bring your gaze to your big toe. Take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, you're gonna bend your right knee behind your left and bring your feet as wide as you can. From here, you're gonna come down to your forearms. Maybe you use props underneath your forearms and take your gaze down. Maybe even head reaches the mat, that's optional. And continue to press your thighs in towards each other. And take one more inhale. On your exhale, you'll come back up to the palms of your hands, undo the cross of your legs, and do a round of your cat-cow. Let that go. When you come back to center, it's left leg long, toes stay curled, shift back and forth. Good. Now cross your leg over to the right, toes still down, look over your right shoulder, bring your gaze to your big toe. walking, inhale. Exhale, bend your left knee behind your right, wiggle your feet wide as you can, and drop down to your forearms. Gaze is down, maybe forehead comes down to the mat, maybe it just hovers a bit, but gaze is down so there's length in the back of your neck. You can always prop your forehead up with one of your makeshift props, block, pillow, whatever you're using. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, come up to the palms of your hands, undo the cross of your legs, and do a round of your cat-cow. Let that. When you return to tabletop, we're going to take our first downward facing dog. Curl your toes, send your hips high, and press your thighs back. It might feel nice to ease into this first one with movement. Go ahead, walk your dog, sway your hips, and really try to relax your neck. Nod your head yes a few times, shake it no, and just allow the crown of your head to be heavy. Good. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. And then take either a soft or generous bend to your knees, enough to either bring your hands down to the floor, or hands can reach up and grab for opposite elbows. You can do this pose in stillness. You can add movement by swaying side to side. Whatever option you choose, allow the crown of your head to be heavy, so once again there's length in the back of your neck. Good. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release your fingertips down to the mat. Start to roll up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Neck and head are the last to come up. And when you get all the way up, we're going to meet at the top of the mat in our mountain pose. We're going to start to link our breath with movement. So on your next inhale, bring your arms up and overhead, extended mountain. On your exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Come back to that tabletop flat back. And exhale, fold over your legs. Release. Inhale, bring your arms up and overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. So we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, draw a circle with your hands. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold over your legs, release. Inhale your arms up and overhead. Exhale, draw a straight line to your heart. One more, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, hands to shins, lengthen. Exhale, fold over your legs, release. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale your hands to your heart. So adding on from here. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, soft bend to your knees as you fold. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant your palms and step back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, reach your right leg high and back. On your exhale, bring your knee into your chest, look forward, bring your right foot to your right thumb for a lunge. Good, now you can place props underneath your hands here and on any height if you'd like. Or your fingertips are gonna frame your front foot. Wiggle your right foot closer to your right thumb or block, and then press your left heel away from you. Then on your next inhale, take your gaze forward, let your hips get heavy. On your exhale, straighten your front leg any amount, take a bow. Leg doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Inhale, bend into your knee lunge. Exhale, straighten and bow forward. One more, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, bend into your knee lunge. And then on your exhale, plant your hands and send your right leg to plank. We hold the first one. Now you can always drop down to your knees, but press your heels away from you. Reach the crown of your head forward. Good. One more inhale as we hold. Exhale, lower down. Remember, you can always come down to the knees. Tops of the feet are flat. Inhale, low cobra. Lift up your chest, roll your shoulder heads back. And then exhale, come down. Press up to hands and knees for that first one, and go ahead, find your downward facing dog. Inhale and breathe, left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, left foot to left thumb lunge. Good, hands to block, so fingertips frame the front foot. Inhale, take your gaze forward. Exhale, straighten your leg and bow. Do it again, inhale and exhale. Inhale, bend into your knee, lunge. Exhale, straighten and bow. Inhale, bend into your knee, lunge. Exhale, send your left leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down to the mat. Tops of the feet are flat. Inhale, cobra pose. Like a wave, lift your chest. Loop your shoulders at the top. Exhale, come down. Find downward facing dog through plank or tabletop. You choose. Take an inhale as we hold. Stay for the exhale. Let it go. Good. Inhale and reach, right leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, right foot to right thumb lunge. Now tense your left fingertips down, and inhale, reach your right arm open for a twist. On your exhale, sweep your right arm down, give the back of your leg a hug. Good, do it again. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, sweep down and curl in. One more, inhale and exhale. Inhale, right arm open, twist. Exhale, right hand down. Send the right leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way or halfway through chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. You choose. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Inhale and breathe, left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, left foot to left thumb lunge. Tense your right fingertips. Inhale, reach your left arm open, twist. Exhale, sweep down and curl in. Inhale, twist open. Exhale, sweep down, grab for your right rib cage. One more, inhale and exhale. Inhale, left fingertips to the ceiling. Exhale, left hand down, left leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, your back bend, offer your heart. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Inhale and reach right leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, right foot to right thumb lunge. Now you're gonna walk your fingertips over to the left and pivot your feet. Inhale, round your spine. Exhale, bend into your back knee, skandasana. Get low. Inhale through center. Exhale to your front knee and pause. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, pivot your feet. You're in your lunge, right leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale and reach left leg high and back. Exhale, knee to chest, look forward, left foot to left thumb lunge. Walk your fingertips to the right, and I'm just gonna turn so you can still see me. Inhale, round your spine at center. Exhale, bend into your back knee, skandasana. Inhale through center. Exhale to your front knee, pause. Walk your hands to the top of the mat, pivot your feet, you're in your lunge. Left leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale to a child's pose. Big toes touch, knees go wide. Send your hips toward your heels. Forehead can rest down to the mat or to one of your props. Or you can do what I like to do. Make a pillow out of your forearms and rest your forehead there. Consider this your home base. What that means is that this pose is available to you the whole time that we're practicing. If you become fatigued, if you lose your breath, if I call it a pose and it's not working in your body this evening, know that you can return to childhood pose to reground and to reconnect. Take one more deep breath in, fill up. Stay for that exhale, let it go. Good. Come to hands and knees, and then bring your right foot forward. Scoot your left leg back. Make sure that your left wrist is over, or your left shoulder is over your left wrist, and then release your right arm past your right hip. So you're facing the right side of your mat. Then on your next inhale, sweep your right arm up and over your ear. On your exhale, twist open, gaze past right thumb. Good, do it again. Inhale, top arm up and over your ear. Exhale to twist. One more. Inhale and exhale. Good, bring your hand back into the inside of your front foot. And you're gonna wiggle your foot back to center. I highly recommend props for this underneath your hands. We're gonna take a half splits. So just straighten the right leg, flex the right foot, and then slide either your fingertips or your blocks underneath your shoulders. And you want to lengthen your spine from your tailbone to the crown of your head. When you round your spine in this pose, it takes away the stretch to the back of the leg, which is what we're trying to target right now. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, bend into your knee, release your props, plant your hands, and step the right foot to tabletop. Pause here. Walk your fingertips forward and bring your forehead down to the mat, puppy pose. So the hips are going to stay high in line with the knees here. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat. We're going to find Sphinx. Forearms come in, flat and parallel. Drag your fingertips across the mat and feel how that makes your chest shift forward. Now, look over your right shoulder just enough to feel a stretch to the left side of your neck. And come back to center. Now, look over the left side. Same thing. Come back to center. Lower your chest to the mat, slide your hands to your side. Press up through hands and knees. Left foot comes forward, right leg scoots back. Release your left hand past your left hip, and on your next inhale, sweep your top arm up and over your ear. Exhale to twist open. Do it again. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale, top arm up and over your ear. Exhale, twist open. Both hands to the inside of your front foot, and then wiggle your foot back to center. Hands to blocks or fingertips frame the front foot. Start to straighten the left leg. Walk your blocks so your fingertips underneath your shoulders. And then curl your left toes towards your left knee. Press the left heel forward as you send the left hip back. And most importantly, stay with your breath. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend back into your front knee. Release your props, plant your hands. Left foot to tabletop. Fingertips walk forward. Forehead down to the floor. Puppy pose. Slowly lower down to the floor for Sphinx. This time, after you get yourself situated in Sphinx, take your gaze down And sway your head from side to side. Give the back of your neck a nice stretch. One more on each side, just even it out. And when you come back to center, take your gaze forward. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, come down to the mat, slide your hands by your side. Find downward facing dog. Good. Inhale and reach your right leg high and back. Exhale, bend your knees, stack your hips. So it might feel nice to circle your ankle or your knee. But if you prefer stillness, let your right heel get heavy to the left side of your mat. And you'll feel that top hip fan open. Re-square hips, bring knee to chest, look forward. Left foot between your thumbs, the heel of your left foot drops. Your next inhale is a warrior two. Your left arm guides you up. On your exhale, adjust your stance. See if you can widen your stance by bringing your front thigh more parallel to the mat. And then reach your fingers away from you. Relax your shoulders down your ears. Inhale, straighten your front leg, palms touch overhead. Exhale, bend into your knee, warrior two. Do it again. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale, straighten the front leg, palms touch. Exhale to warrior two. Look forward, flip your palm in reverse. Right arm up and over your ear. Exhale, come back. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg, bring your back heel in a click, and start to reach forward slow. When you can't reach anymore, it's triangle pose. Bottom hand down, top arm twist open. A prop underneath your hand here might make the pose more accessible to you. Press down firmly into the big toe of your front foot, the heel of your back foot. Legs are strong. Gaze can be up or down, depending on how your neck is doing. Take one more deep breath. And then exhale, come on back, warrior two. Hands to hips, straighten your front leg, all 10 toes point forward. Tee out your arms. On your inhale, press down into your feet. On your exhale, hinge and fold. Good. Your hands can be to props or down to the floor. And then there's a soft micro bend to your knees. Shift all of your weight to the ball mounds of your feet. This is going to send your tailbone heavy. Trust that your legs will support you here. And your next inhale, lift up halfway. And then on your exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat, pivot your feet, you're in your lunge. Right leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale your back bend. Exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale and breathe, left leg high and back. Exhale, bend knees, stack hips. If you want movement, take it. If you prefer stillness, find it. Re-square hips, bring knee into chest, look forward. Left foot between your thumbs, back heel drops. Your next inhale is a warrior two, your right arm guides you up. Now I'm going to turn so you can see. You stay where you are. Exhale, adjust your stance. Front thigh more parallel to the mat, tailbone heavy, fingers reach away. Shoulders move away from your ears. Inhale, straighten your front leg, palms together. Exhale into your warrior two. Do it again. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale, straighten front leg, palms up overhead. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Inhale, flip your palm reverse. And exhale, come back. Straighten your front leg, bring your back heel in a click, start to reach forward slow. And then bottom hand down, top arm open, triangle pose. Press down so firmly into your feet, it feels like you're gonna bring your front heel and your back arch together. But your feet won't move because you're on a sticky mat. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, come back. Warrior two. Hands and hips straight in your front leg. All 10 toes point forward. Tee out your arms. Inhale, press down into your feet. Exhale, hinge and fold. Soon as your hands come down, tense your fingertips, lift up halfway. Plant your left hand down, twist your right arm open. Come back to center, plant your right hand down, twist your left arm open. Come back to center, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat, pivot your feet. Left leg to plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly and pause. Now, walk your hands off the mat. Tense your fingertips down like spider legs. On your next inhale, lift up your chest for super cobra. On your exhale, dip your right shoulder forward, take your gaze to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, dip your left shoulder forward, gaze to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, come on down. Slide your hands by your side. Press up through hands and knees. And then go ahead and take a seat. Give your legs a little shake. Right, we're going to do straddle pose. So you might want to turn to the side of your mat and bring your legs wide like a V. And then what I like to do before I get settled into this pose is take my hands behind my hips, lift up a little bit, and then I can come up just a bit wider. Tense your fingertips in front of you, and at first, just feel your sitting bones press down and the crown of your head reach up. And then from there, flex your toes towards your knees. So you're not only stretching the back of your leg, you're getting your calf muscle and the arch of your foot. Good, now you can stay upright and just work on this, getting that stretch to the inside of your leg, maybe the backs, the hamstrings as well. Or you can start to fold forward. Now this is another place where your props could come in handy. You can place the props in front of you, come down to your forearms, come down to your hands. Maybe you don't need props at all and you just come down. But once you get into the fold, let your spine round a little bit. Begin to notice where you're holding your stress this evening. Is it the back of your neck? Is it the space between your shoulder blades? Maybe it's your low back or your hips. Wherever that tension is, send your breath there. What can you soften? What can you let go of? One more deep breath. And then on the exhale, walk your fingertips back and lift up. Good. Bring your legs together. Give them a little shake. And it might feel nice also to windshield wiper your knees back and forth. We'll counter that with a twist. So side view. You'll bring your right hand to your left knee and your left hand behind you. This allows your left shoulder to roll open and back. You decide where you want to take your gaze. Forward, chin to chest, or gaze past your left shoulder. Take an inhale. On your exhale, as you return to center, you're going to cross your left arm on top of your right. Round your spine, tuck your chin, take your gaze down. Take an inhale here. On your exhale, take your gaze forward. Your hands are going to reach up and give your shoulders a little squeeze. Now, if you're getting good sensation, I want you to stay. But to deepen the sensation, You can bring the palms of your hands together and begin to lift your elbows up as you relax your shoulders away from your ears. Take one more inhale. On your exhale, do the cross of your arms, do a few shoulder shrugs, let that go. And then right hand to left knee, left hand to right knee, right shoulder rolls open and back. Gaze where your neck feels best. Take an inhale. Exhale, come through center and cross your right arm on top of your left. Round your spine, tuck your chin, take your gaze down. Take an inhale. Exhale, look forward, hands reach up, give your shoulders a squeeze. You can stay like that or palms of the hands together. Elbows lift up, shoulder blades move down your back. And take one more inhale. Exhale and do the cross of your arms, do a few shoulder shrugs, let that go. Good. Now we're gonna come down to our back. And you wanna have at least one of your props where you can reach it. And if you don't have yoga blocks, you'll use the couch cushions, bed pillows, throw pillows. We're gonna use it to pad the joints. We'll come all the way down, and we're not gonna do anything fancy to come down, so just lower down however you'd like. And when you get all the way down, take a good morning stretch. Reach through your fingertips, reach through your toes. Circle out your wrists and circle out your ankles. And then bend your knees, bring your feet flat. And you're gonna walk your heels back until your middle fingers can press up against your heels or as close as you can get. And then from there, we're gonna add a pulse in this shape. So on your next inhale, press down into your feet, lift your hips, sweep your arms up and overhead. On your exhale, hips and hands lower to the mat slowly, like you're moving through mud. And then once your hips and your hands reach the mat, your next inhale is gonna bring you up. So now you're on your own breath. Don't worry about looking at me. Your exhale lowers you down. Stay on your own rhythm. Good. Keep going. Notice when you inhale and lift your hips that you get a nice stretch to the front of your legs. When you exhale and lower your hips to the floor, there's a sense of grounding. Do one more on your own rhythm. That last inhale sweeps you open. The exhale lowers you to the mat slowly. When your hips and your hands reach the mat, pause. You're gonna locate your block. Lift up your hips and place your block or prop, whatever you've got, to your low back and hips. And then if you have tension in your low back and your hips when you come into this pose, walk your feet wide to the edge of your mat. That'll give your low back a little space. Once you have yourself situated, feel how grounding this pose is. Feel your feet press down into the floor. Feel your hips get heavy on your prop. Shoulder blades spread and wide underneath you. And the back of your head, the base of your skull, gently supported by the mat and by the floor. And all you have to do is breathe. Really enjoy that. hug your right knee into your chest and extend your left leg long. You'll feel the left heel slide across the mat. Kick it forward like you're trying to kick a wall in front of you. And while you do that, continue to hug your right knee in. This is going to give you a stretch, the front of your hip flexor. Take one more inhale. Exhale, bring both feet down to the floor and then swap sides. Left knee in, right leg long. Feel the right heel slide across the mat, kick it forward with purpose, and continue to hug your left knee in. Now you're going to get your right hip flexor stretch, the right front of your hip. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release both legs long. Now, if this is too much on your low back, just alternate with having one knee bent, one leg long. And then if you'd like even more stretch, reach your arms up and overhead. And remember to stay with the breath. If you've lost the rhythm to your breath, come back to it. Slow and steady inhales to fill up. Full and complete exhales to sigh it out. Go ahead and rebend your knees, bring your hands down by your side, and we're going to do one more pose with the block underneath us. So make sure the block is supporting your low back and hips. And then bring your knees into your chest and extend your legs up towards the ceiling. If you feel wobbly on your block, you can hug it for support. Otherwise, rest your hands where they're comfortable. Enjoy that sense of calm that comes with reversing your blood flow like this. Float your right foot down to the floor. Allow the left foot to follow. And then lift up your hips, scoot your prop off to the side. Bring your hips down to the floor and then let your legs go long. We're going to come into our final pose, our rest pose. You want to take a moment here to shift your hair, your body, your clothes. Get as comfortable as you can in this position. And then once you find a position that you can tolerate, let go of control over your breath. Just return to that natural and spontaneous breath that enters and leaves your body without any kind of an effort. And know that your body is supported by the mat and by the floor. Allow yourself to rest into that support. If you have more time to devote here, I recommend another 5 to 10 minutes. But if you're ready to be guided out, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Sway your head from side to side. Bring your knees into your chest and roll all the way over to your left or right side and pause. Use the strength of your top arm to press up to a seat. And go slow here. You get all the way up. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel your heartbeat underneath your thumbs. I want to thank you so much for sharing practice with me this evening. The light in me honors that same light in you. Namaste.